Yo, yo,
Sorry, I just had an
we are
idea.
here. We are here with Monster Hearts once more. Gamebound. Playing a game of Monster Hearts, and we're gonna see how this goes. So we're gonna start off with Homeroom, obviously. Um, y'all are in Homeroom. Um,
So, real quick,
mhm.
where is the door/doors to homeroom?
Door is gonna be here.
Only one door.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. Bottom left of this
Can we just
room.
mark it with something?
Yeah. Boop.
Woo.
All right. So first thing, obviously, we get a scan of the classroom. We see everybody like doing their normal things as people like file in. Class is about to start, and people are alternatively goofing off or sorting through their stuff or whatever else whatever else you'd want to do. Teacher hasn't arrived yet. I think first we see who's already here and who shows up late. That's my first question.
Here.
I'm probably already.
Alyssa's always here.
I'm probably there. I try to get there early so I don't have to deal with the other people.
So is it Zaff who strolls in and
Yeah, I probably stroll in like as like the last little ringing of the bell is ringing. So like I'm not technically late.
Mhm.
Wait, but
Yeah.
do you have to be invited in?
No, that was a move that she could
It's a
take.
move,
Oh,
and also it's not a
really?
house. It's just a building.
Yeah. And she goes to the school, so she is invited in.
Okay. I just wanted to make a dumb joke. I didn't realize there's an actual move in the game.
Yeah, there is, yeah.
It's a thing.
But
That's
because she didn't take it, she isn't like required to be invited in somewhere. So cool. So Zaff, you enter. I think Brandon immediately just kind of like gives you a stink eye and then goes back down to whatever he was doing. He's like, I don't know, playing, looking at his phone, doing something on his phone. But then obviously all of the girls as one, like probably in a row, start facing you. What is the like swagger that you have when you walk in? Like, is it any sort of? Are you trying to draw attention to yourself at all?
No.
Okay, so it's literally just we see all the girls like the heavenly music play, and they're like and then it's literally just you like walking in with a
It's
slight
just
slouch, like
yeah.
yeah. Okay, never mind. I've changed my mind. Zaff is the anime protagonist of a harem anime. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. So you come in, everybody's looking at you. Todd, like tries to give you a cool up nod as you sit in front of him.
And just
You
kind of like give him a look like,
like why are you okay?
and then I just, stare out the window, like blue steel out the window.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think probably what happens first is before. Obviously, I think probably Mr. Murphy, Mr. Nick Murphy, probably walked in right after you, Zaff, and he's like, "Sorry, I am almost late here. I didn't mean got caught up with. Well, it's a long story. Doesn't matter that much. How is everyone doing today? What's the general like vibe of the class? Like who pays attention to Mr. Nick when he talks and who doesn't?
I like am not really paying attention. Like I'm listening, but I'm not going to be engaging at all.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Gris is sitting in the corner, the constant shadow of his life just following him. Like, I imagine, like, if this was an anime, like, you look over to the corner, there's just, like, a shadow in there, and he's, like,
Yeah.
sitting in the shadow.
Exactly. Yeah.
And probably when, like, how's everyone doing, Gris just says under his breath, life is pain.
Yeah. Of course. I assume Iclyn is like looking out the window dramatically.
I think she does, but I think Iclyn, because she doesn't like to draw attention to herself,
Yeah.
right? That like once the teacher comes in, she, kind of like,
Yeah.
is like,
Just kind of.
but so it's kind of like the opposite of Zaff, right? Where it looks like
Yeah.
she's paying attention, but she's definitely zoned out. because she
Sure.
just doesn't want to like draw attention to like, oh, I don't want him to like call on me because like I'm looking out the window. Like I want him to think that I'm paying attention and stuff, but I'm really not.
Cool. Yeah. So I think as he Mr. Murphy's just starts to go on about like some announcement like of hey, something you need to pay attention to today, something like that. Some announcement of some, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like,
Let's get ready for the prom, guys.
right. Yeah. You know what? That's probably
Spirit Week is coming.
There you go. Spirit Week is coming out. I was trying to think of like there's also some
Spirit.
cliches to do, but right, exactly. Yeah, and I think he's just announcing like the details of that, like it's gonna be at this time, and you need to make sure you have your tickets bought at this time. It's gonna be a little bit more expensive if you get them right at the door and that sort of thing. And I think while he's explaining this, I think Todd just like pokes you on the shoulder, Zaff.
I just kind of like glance back and raise my eyebrows.
Yeah, and I'm like, Todd says, Zaff, do you know who you're asking yet? Have you asked anyone?
Ask what?
Well, who you're taking to the prom, the homecoming? Are we deciding
It
homecoming?
would probably
for sure?
be homecoming if it's Spirit
Okay.
Week. Yeah.
It's homecoming dance.
I'm just kind of like I haven't thought about it.
And he frowns. He's like, "What do you mean you haven't thought about it?"
I just kind of am like, I've had other things on my mind.
So, can you give me a more concrete physical description of Zaff? Like hairstyle, like.
Oh, I feel like we gotta find tokens.
I feel like Zaff has like perfectly like coiffed hair that like he, just rolls out of bed with, but like secretly like blow dries his hair after getting out of the shower. But works hard to make his hair look like it was not worked hard on. It's brown hair. And then he has ice blue eyes.
Very nice.
And now that he's a vampire, he like has gained some muscle where he definitely looks like he's like a teenage boy, but being played by like a 27-year-old
Of course.
dude, because like most teenage boys don't have that kind of muscle mass, and that's a little weird.
Of course, yeah.
But he's not super tall. He's like 5'7", 5'8".
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, so we get that coiffed hair like flowing as you turn. So real quick, so this is Spirit Week. Is that what we've decided? I think that's probably the case, right? This is probably like first day of Spirit Week.
Like Monday.
Yep.
Yeah. And so I think, let's see. Obviously, there's some sort of like theme. So I'm just trying to decide. Obviously, we didn't say that anyone had weird clothes on or anything. So
Well,
I'm just
we
trying to
haven't
decide something that's
addressed
like
it yet,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What if we say let's just do this. Let's say this is a Friday and Spirit Week is next week, right? Yeah. So this is Friday. We've had a full week of classes. And so he's explaining like all the themes, right? He's like, so first we'll have Tacky Tourist Day, and so on and so forth. He just starts listing like the themes for each day, and then and basically explaining all the various announcements and stuff. And I think he, I'm trying to think of like something that happens in class here that's not, because you can't do something too disruptive in this scene. But
that's what I was just gonna be like. We didn't get to finish our conversation. You got interrupted.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought your conversation was done.
No, I was just kind of like I've been thinking of preoccupied with other things and like
Got it.
dramatic stare out the window or something, and then just kind of be like, I don't know if I'm even going, but I don't know,
What do you
maybe
mean you're not going? This is the thing. You have to go.
there will be a lot of people there.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point.
I guess if I was going to ask somebody, I'd probably just ask Amy.
And obviously, Amy is right next to you. Do you say this loud enough so that she can hear it?
Yeah.
Sounds like you're rolling to turn someone on. Right, you're trying to provoke a reaction from her.
I guess. Like I'm
Yeah.
not saying it like specifically for her, but
I mean, I think that's what you're inadvertently doing in the
Yes.
scene. So let's go ahead and let's go for it.
roll a hot.
Yeah, roll that hot. Go ahead. Oh, look at that edge.
My
On that-
gosh.
Whoa.
All right, so we got a 7 partial success. That means on a 7 and 9, they can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. Obviously, they don't have. I don't know if strings work the same. I guess they kind of do, but I think she's gonna choose one of the options probably. Obviously, she's gonna. We'll just play it cool at first, and we'll do. I get embarrassed and act awkward, right? So Amy obviously heard you, but she's pretending like she didn't hear you. Amy is a blonde. Bubbly clothing as well as personality. I think she has her hair, nothing else kind of like going on with her hair except just like it's down, it's beautiful, it's obviously well groomed, but like she doesn't do anything in particular with it besides just her natural state is. It does look like she could have rolled out of bed this morning and looked like this, and that's what she wants you to think. But she obviously like blushes and like starts like giggling and talking to someone next to her briefly before Mr. Nick Murphy just kind of like looks at her briefly and he says, Amy, and she's like, oh, sorry. But yeah, it's like this scene where basically she's looking, she's embarrassed, she's awkward, and you notice it, and I think Todd notices. This is the main thing, right? Is that Todd notices it, and Todd just kind of like shrinks back into his chair and just pretends to not exist for a little while, lamenting about his lot in life to always be second best to Zaff.
I would just I would just kind of be like, are you asking someone?
Yeah. I think he probably says, I'm trying to think of how he responds, because like obviously he was thinking of asking Amy, but like he's not gonna step onto your turf, right? That's the thing. Now that you've like marked your territory, as it were, right? Now that you've said like this is who I'm going for, he's like, I gotta play it cool. I gotta be the cool guy, the cool wingman, and say that. And so I think he probably says, I was thinking of maybe asking Cassie.
She seems nice.
And so Todd, he is average looking. He's not unattractive. He has curly black hair, and I think his clothing's pretty plain, just like jeans and a t-shirt and a hoodie probably over it. But yeah, I mean, he says that and it's not that he's not interested in Cassie. It's just like
He
would be
is
more
interested
in Amy. Yeah. I don't know how you respond to that, but
I'm just kind of like, Cassie is a nice girl.
yeah, she is. And he's just looking at Amy, right? Like when he says, he's just like watching her, like.
Yeah, I just am kind of like oblivious, and also like,
Amy's,
who
like,
knows
writing
if
a
I'm
note to her
actually
friend.
gonna like, who knows if I'm actually gonna ask Amy or not.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I don't know yet.
Yeah. Cool. So I think what happens is Noah and Ben are having a conversation while this is going on.
Okay, this is what I was
yeah.
laughing at earlier. I had this really funny idea where like Ben's like he's a nerd obviously, but he's like a really just like chipper, just always trying to talk to me. But like he really annoys me, so I don't talk to him directly. I only talk to him through Noah.
Okay.
Because like Noah's the more like kind of reserved. He's the bigger, but like so like whenever I talk to Ben, I just say, Noah, can you tell Ben?
Sure. Yeah. So I think probably Ben and Noah are having a brief conversation, or having a conversation about I don't know, Gris, you tell me what's something that you. So I think this is what happens, right? They're talking about probably a video game or something like that. And the thing is, like your whole life is blank, right? You don't remember anything. What's the thing that they say in the course of this conversation about the video game that like just perks your, like you don't know why, but like suddenly you're just like, I know that, like that seems so familiar. And it can be something about the video game itself, or just like a word they say while talking about it that like triggers something.
Out of a really weird word that could
Do it.
trigger something.
Do it.
Pumpernickel.
Oh,
Like
that
they're
wasn't
playing-
weird in the way.
I was either that or Rutabaga, but that would be stealing that from Sean from the Damage Guild. No, they're like talking about some RPG, and one of the like healing items is pumpernickel.
Yeah.
So they say pumpernickel, and for some reason that makes. I don't know. Is that weird?
No, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, so they say that, right? And it's literally like a visceral reaction to you, for you, right? It's like you suddenly just have that moment where your stomach drops and your heart starts racing and you don't know why, and you're just like, crap, like that immediate emotional reaction, you don't know why. For pumpernickel, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know.
It's like a mix between like being afraid reaction and being like
I'm afraid of
infatuated reaction, right?
afraid of bread.
You're not sure why or like what exactly a reaction is.
I have ideas of how this could be not so weird, but okay. Like now it's like he got slapped by a piece of bread or something like that. I thought
Listen, Seth, knowing me, it's going to be more dramatic than that.
I know. I'm saying like I thought of some stuff too. So
Cool. I mean, what do you do about it? Do you do anything about it?
just I think just I kind of just get in. I just go like, would you two just shut up?
And Ben looks at you like, what? What do you mean? Why?
You guys just be quiet.
Are you telling me that you don't like? Crap! I gotta come up with a random name for this video game. Video game name generator.
Could they be talking about like I Am Bread? Is that the name of when you're like
No.
the bread simulator or whatever?
That is a game though.
Okay, so he says, "What are you saying? You don't like Master Tech?"
Okay, I as funny as the idea of me not talking to Ben would be, this I can see that getting old soon, so I'll just throw that away. It's like, how would you respond? You like Master Tech? It's like, I don't play games, Ben. They're just a waste of time, like most everything else.
Well, then what do you do?
He just kind of looks towards.
Listen, like whenever we have a conversation about anything, you tell us to shut up and you say that it's a waste of time, whatever we're talking about. Well, what do you consider not a waste of time?
There's a few edgy ways I could take that. And then I just respond to Ben. Life is a waste of time. Let's go full edge.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just double check something. Sounds like you're shutting him down, right? You're just like,
Yeah.
shut up, go away.
And
Yeah, go ahead. Roll
I'm
with cold.
horrible with cold. I'm minus
Awesome.
1 on cold. Comment. To get Ben to shut up. Any other modifiers? I'm guessing no.
No, I don't think so. Hey, well, mark experience.
Right.
You failed.
Because I failed. Wait. Oh, you just gain experience when you fail on something in general?
Yep.
Where do you... There's experience. Okay. And so he just like rolls his eyes at like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I'm looking at my like GM reactions here to like failed moves. This is definitely, I think, what he does. I think he says, Gray, are you okay? Should I go talk to the school counselor?
Emily joked about that earlier. Now it actually happened.
I mean, you can see in his eyes. He literally thinks like you're suicidal. Like he's like, "Oh no, I read about this. This is bad." He like puts a hand on your desk right next to your hand. He's like, "Is there anything I can do?"
Dang it. Oh, I know what to do. Wait, I didn't take that one. Oh, dang it. I forgot. I didn't take the fake one. What would lying even make me do?
What do you like in terms of rolling?
Essentially saying like saying like I was just trying to get you to shut up. Just like if I told him,
I mean, that sounds like it was just shut someone down.
So
But
it'd be
you
that.
already failed, so I don't
Yeah.
think you can do it, right? Like you'll have to try to take another approach besides just like you could run away. You could like excuse yourself.
I'm
say, "I have
trying
go
to.
the bathroom."
I'm trying. No, that causes problems for me. I'm trying to think of how do I get out of this. Usually, I'm playing charismatic characters. Okay, I have an idea. Since I have a +2 to volatile, I could just like punch him in the arm and say, "Don't need help, dingus."
Yeah, and I think he's just like. So you literally want to roll like lash out physically? You want to roll?
I don't need to necessarily roll, but just like say
I mean,
like punch him in the arm and say, "I don't need help, dingus."
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I think it's just not going to work, right? Because you failed the roll, and I think you're going to take a condition. You're going to take the condition suicidal, because this isn't necessarily something that's true. It's just what everybody thinks about you, right? And so now gossip is going to happen. The word's going to go around, and everyone's going to be like,
I gained as the condition, so I got experience.
exactly, yeah, that's true.
So that is not bad.
Yeah, he just keeps looking at you concerned, and then he probably gets interrupted like by something that Mr. Murphy is announcing that he's interested in. Maybe it's like Space Day or something for one of the Spirit Week days. He's just like, "Oh yes," and then like Noah and him start talking about the costumes they're planning, and that nobody else is gonna get because everybody else is gonna do like the average stuff, and they're like, "This one episode of Deep Space Nine, like really obscure, nobody's gonna get," sort of thing. And so that happens, but that's going to get around. People are going to start realizing that Gris is, or think that Gris is suicidal. And so I think we go to Iclyn. Iclyn, you're obviously trying to look like you're paying attention.
Yeah,
to class.
kind of. I'm like, so like I'm trying to look like I'm trying to take notes, but really I'm just drawing in my notebook, kind of a thing.
Yeah. What are you drawing?
Good question.
Like, is this like cute
I'm trying to
girl
channel,
doodle or like
I'm trying
dark
to
edgy,
channel
like
my-
drawing a dark alleyway and a girl's body?
I'm trying to channel my inner corpse husband right now.
Right.
Okay. Do you guys even know who that is? Okay. Whatever.
It sounds familiar.
Don't worry about it. Okay. No, I think I'm drawing like myself with like cat ears. Like
Okay.
an anime version of myself.
Yeah.
With cat ears.
Cool. Yeah, so I think
I think I was that cute, like little nerdy anime girl, like
Right.
before I died,
I mean, how many years ago did you die? That's the good question.
Oh yeah, that's a great question because I guess like.
But you have been alive. I mean, you've
but
been
I
a
have
ghost
been
all that
alive,
time.
so like
Yeah.
I've seen stuff. Yeah, I think it was like 50 years ago.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, if we're considering this as like being 2021 or whatever, right? Then that means you died in the 80s.
Oh yeah, no, 80s.
Or no, 70s, sorry.
No, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
it's 50. Yeah.
70s. 71.
Yeah, so before anime really probably kicked off in the United States,
Right.
But you've probably picked up on it since then.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Cool. So I think probably what happens is I think you notice, and you can decide how you react to this, but you notice like Garrett's watching you from behind, like he's obviously looking at what you're drawing
How does she notice that from behind?
because she's a ghost.
Because I'm a ghost and I see everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just like a sense, right? Like I sense
just
that
sense
like
it, yeah.
I'm being like watched.
Yeah.
So I think I kind of like do the thing where like I like, you know, I
Yeah.
like I don't look back, but like I like,
Yeah.
do that thing.
Yeah, and he goes. I mean, he's probably like this, right? He's like, and then he, scratches his face.
Yeah,
And I think so. Real quick, Garrett is like, I think he has brown, pretty well groomed hair, and I think a slight beard going on. As you know, as good a beard as you can grow in high school. It's pretty impressive actually. Yeah, I mean he's wearing probably let's say like the Letterman jacket sort of situation, right? He's got his school pride. Yeah. He's obviously like pretending like he wasn't watching you.
So I think like she does that and then she like shuts her notebook. It's like a sign of like, please don't. And then just like puts it off like.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're willing to shut someone down, right?
Yep,
like you're just
I sure am.
Don't pay attention to me.
Down.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
So roll cold.
Yeah.
No modifiers. There we go.
Mm-mm.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa,
dang.
Really, really cold.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm very
So cold.
All
Okay,
I did was shut my notebook.
I know, but it was so final. Like,
It was so like, nope.
yeah, it was really intense. Okay, on a 10 up, choose one from below. They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, you gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take +1 forward.
Now, what does forward do again?
It's basically like you get a +1 on your next roll.
Ooh.
You could give this guy a condition.
I know. I'm like,
I know, right? Yeah.
But what condition would I give him? Rejected?
I mean,
no.
unrequited love.
Unrequited love.
You can do +1 forward if you want to just get that.
Yeah, I'll do a
+1.
+1 forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a +1.
Cool. You're confident in yourself. You may be a ghost, but you're not. I don't know.
No, I'm not confident at all. I'm just like, I think it's, well,
You're a ghost. You're just so cold.
I don't. You have no life.
Maybe it's just like your nonchalance. Maybe like you don't even realize how effectively intimidating you are in that
Right,
moment.
exactly.
Your nonchalance carries forward, and you get a +1. It's because you don't realize that a situation could be awkward for you. That's your strength.
Sure.
Cool. Yep. You take +1 forward. Yeah, I mean he basically just like sits upright again in his desk and just. And then he just starts getting into a conversation with Max about something dumb and just ignores you the rest of the time. Suitably chastised. Cool. Yeah, so I think Mr. Murphy starts to close up Homeroom, and then he basically just says, all right, well, I think that is about time. Bell's going to ring any second now, so good luck in the rest of your classes, and this is something that he always does. I think he says, and in 3, 2, and then the bell rings, and he says, have a good day, and then just starts to like pack up his stuff. And obviously, one of the girls from the front row like comes up and starts talking to him about something, and then everybody else just starts to file out. Brandon immediately out the door. Veronica and Cassie are talking about something as they step out.
Gris waits until everyone else is left. So
I was going to say, I literally was going to say the same thing.
So Iclyn and Gris just look at each other and then both stand up at the same time and walk out.
Because like Iclyn knows that knows my past, right? And
She knows your past.
What was
She
the
does,
one
yeah.
that Alyssa decided for mine on there?
You know how I died?
No, I know how you died.
No, you know how I died.
So then you're the one
You've
who
been
snuck into
following
my
social
room?
cues.
You've been following my social cues.
Yeah, I know
Right.
that. Yeah.
I don't know. I have +2 string on you for some reason.
Well, that's because as someone seen through your invented past and realized it's all lies, they gain 2 strings on you.
Oh, right. So I just know that your life is a lie. So yeah,
Cool. I
Iclyn
mean,
just kind of
yeah.
does like that awkward thing where she's just like awkward, like really awkward smile like Gris, and then just like walks out.
Yeah.
Or do you go through the window?
No,
No.
because I mean, no, not everybody knows I'm a ghost.
True, and not everyone's there, so yeah.
Cool. We just have that edge off for a second, and then y'all continue. Let's follow Zaff. Zaff, I mean, what's the next thing for you during the day? Like, what's the next scene we get with Zaff?
I clearly have a class where the teacher is my creator or whatever.
Oh, yes, of course. Is anyone else from Homeroom in this class with you?
Yeah, I think Todd managed to make sure he has like all of his classes.
All the same classes, yeah.
Except for maybe like whatever, like elective kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who else. I don't know if
Yeah, I mean, the player characters can decide if they want to be in
Yeah.
this class. What class is it?
it's obviously history.
Of course.
Just realized someone's in the chat, sorry. And gifted a sub. Oh no,
Mhm,
subbed
thanks.
actually.
Thanks, Dapper Life.
Thanks for that
is-
sub.
That's a guy from the DGP Discord.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So history with my
Oh, yeah, we got to come up with a name for this guy. Is it Mr. or Mrs.?
Oh, interesting point.
What if it's a Mrs. or a Miss? Actually, Mrs. would be even more interesting, though. A married vampire.
I feel like to make it slightly less child predator, it'll be a male.
Okay. I don't know if that is any less child predator, but okay.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like we've had... I think it should be a female. I think that'd be interesting.
Okay.
Let's see, female. What is it? Is she a Miss or a Mrs.?
Miss.
Okay. What about Miss Marcella Quinn?
Sure.
That sounds like a suitably historic name for someone who's been alive for a while, probably. Cool. So Miss Marcella Quinn, would you like to describe Miss Quinn for us, Zaff?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Let's say raven black hair. I think she wears like professional clothing. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like details.
I mean, her name sounds like she could be British too.
Okay, yeah, let's say she's British. She has a British accent. She is, I think she has like a very like serious face. And I guess she, as like class starts, are Gris or Iclyn in this class? And or?
I don't know. Wait, so
Oh, sorry. Were you saying, are we in this class?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a small school, right? So I think
It's not a
very
huge school, yeah.
probable. I think it's probable that we're in this class.
Sure. Let's just say you
Why
are.
not?
Let's say for most classes you probably are in the same class, just to make it make more sense. have everybody be in the same place more often. So Miss Quinn opens up class and basically, I think she's definitely like eyeing you as you walk in, Zaff, serious face, and I think she says, "All right, well, I am going to go ahead and give you back your tests. Most of you didn't fail," and then she just starts to like pass out tests. I think you guys were probably studying. Let's see, what would be something? I think it's going to be some sort of thing about. Let's say maybe like the sexual revolution, something that happened in like the 60s or 70s that Iclyn would be like. She grew up in. So I think Iclyn probably got like flying colors on this test.
I have been learning the same material for 50 years. So
it's also true. You're probably the perfect student.
If it's a history course, it's been changing, but
yeah, that's true.
It's true, I guess. I mean,
everything else goes the same. That's
That's
why you
fair
look out the That's why you look out the window, because there's nothing for you to do. Like, yeah, I've done
nothing
this.
new.
Nothing new.
So I mean, what is it? So you're obviously a ghost, Iclyn.
Yeah.
Like you have unfinished business, which is why you like stuck around. Like, what is it about like that incident that like keeps you here?
That's a great question, Caleb. Let me think of some bull crap real quick to make up.
And I mean, it could be that Iclyn doesn't know.
I think it's like, well, I think she doesn't remember how she died.
Mm-hmm.
I think she knows, or at least.
So it's like she has to figure out how she died, and that will be like the unfinished business.
I guess. I think it's more like Iclyn didn't really have like the high school experience that she wanted when she was alive. Like, I think she wanted to be like the popular kid, like, or the one that like got asked to like did dance but never did. And so now she's just kind of like, she's not like as a ghost. She like, I don't think she realizes that's why like that. I think she like buries that down. She's like, no, like I don't need that. Like whatever. Like,
so for you, this is like you're reliving high school over and over again to finally like be more popular, do the high school the way you wanted to
like actually have like the high school experience.
That's what it is. You just never got asked to anything. Like,
yeah, nobody ever wanted me.
There you go.
I don't think it's just getting asked though. I think it's me actually like going.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, here's the thing. Like, I'll probably like reject most people just because like I'm like protecting myself.
Plus, you can't really wear.
Because again, I don't think I realize that like that's what's keeping me here.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I think I'm just like bitter because I'm just stuck here, like whatever. Like,
I think Seth brought up a good point though too. I think maybe let's say Iclyn always has the same outfit on. And that's part of the reason why you never go to homecoming as a ghost, because you can't change into other clothes because it's literally part of your ghostly image, right?
Aww.
So if you went to homecoming, you would be in like your normal clothes, like for the
I'd be in my black hoodie.
Exactly.
Oh.
So sad.
Speaking of like
Poor
describing how people look, Gris totally looks like Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire, just the edgy look.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so extra.
I know, that's the point.
I love it. Thank you, Seth.
Life is pain. Oh man, that's hilarious. Man.
I was going to mention that earlier and forgot.
I'm so ready for like the darkest self where you start doing this to everyone.
No, unfortunately, that's not what my darkest self
know.
is. My darkest self is throwing myself in front of cars.
Cool. So,
oh, what if I got close to going to homecoming, but then I turned into my darkest self and I couldn't go?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm trying to think real quick about because if there isn't a roll, yeah, I mean, there aren't any rolls that are relevant to whether or not you did well on a test. So you guys can just decide. How well did you do on the test?
I would say that I don't do like any of the work for this class, but like my test comes back with an A on it.
Okay, it's that sort of relationship.
Well, like she turned me into a vampire. Like she kind of owes me a little bit.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, I could make her life not good.
I mean, then she would just kill you.
Could she though?
So this is the thing. I don't know. I don't know if that's
newborn vampire strength according to Twilight.
Okay, so let's say you have been getting back you so maybe let's say this, Zaff. You've been laxing off more and more on these history tests, right? And this time you literally just did none of the work, right? You passed in a blank test. And this time I think she like doesn't, right? She doesn't give it to you, and then she says like see me, like she has a
see me after class.
Yeah, exactly. She sets it down and then like has a sticky note on there, and it just says "see me after class," and she just gives you like a glare and then walks off. Because I think like you've been kind of like coasting on that for a while, but I think you've finally pushed her over the edge, and now you're gonna have a conversation about it. So Gris, how well did you do on the test?
I got a B. I know enough.
Sounds right.
I know enough, but not enough. I don't care enough to really put an effort into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Science is my thing, and math.
Sure.
Who cares about the past when everything is forgotten?
Fair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I think that's what happens there. Veronica, I think, is sitting next to you, Gris. And remember, Veronica is the gal who has a crush on you.
Right.
She sits next to you in history class. And I think she doesn't look at your test because that would be rude, but she says, "How did you do?"
Okay.
And so obviously Veronica is like obviously really nice, but the world just has it out for her in terms of medical conditions and those sorts of situations that just the type of thing that would make a girl not be popular at school, right? She obviously has braces, like she has to deal with various inconvenient things about her person that just make it hard for her to be liked. And so she looks over and she I think she has a lisp probably too, and she says, "How'd you do?"
Passed.
Actually, let's say she doesn't have a lisp because I don't want to have to do that. I don't even know if I could do it well. Yeah, so you say pass, and she says, "I got an A+. I'm not bragging or anything. It's just I watched I watched a couple of documentaries about this, and the time period really interested me, so I just started reading about it. What's your favorite time period in history?"
Girl.
You know what? It sounds awful, and I feel awful for saying this. I don't think Gris responds at all. I think he just, you know what I think he does? Just to like, he takes, because he got the test back, he crumples it up and throws it in his backpack, and doesn't even respond to her.
Okay, that sounds like you're shutting someone down.
Yeah.
Roll that coal. This is going to go horribly for you.
Yep. The thing is, the last one, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
That's
rolled
right.
horribly.
Luck could be on your side.
To turn down a nice girl. Of course, this is the thing I succeed on.
All right.
I think, well, actually, is this beginning of class or end of class?
This is beginning of class. She's passing back the history tests, so
probably do I do that sigh and like maybe like she's about to like speak up again, and then the teacher interrupts.
Right, yeah. So obviously, yeah, she just gets totally shut down. Can't talk to you any further. So up to you. She doesn't have any strings on you, obviously, so can't use that. But you could gain a string on her, have her gain a condition, or you take +1 forward.
String on her. It sounds useful.
Yeah, sounds good.
And
You can spend a string on someone to tempt them to do what you want, give them a condition, add 1 to your roll against them, or add 1 to the harm you deal them.
sounds useful.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh man, I should have took that for that guy then. Sounds much more useful.
Yeah, so you do that. She gets shut down. Iclyn, you obviously you typically pay attention in any of these classes, but I think this time you're not paying attention. Kind of puts you onto something. You notice something that nobody else does because you're like zoning out. So I think it is. Let me type something in real quick. Yes, perfect. This is exactly what I want. Oh, this is not what I want. I thought it was what I wanted. I'm trying to find like a supernatural event random generator, like something like that. Right, some weird supernatural phenomena happens. Ooh, this might work. Okay, could you go any slower? Here we go. Okay, so Iclyn, you are zoning out, right? And you're obviously the teacher, Miss Quinn. It goes back up to the whiteboard and starts writing something down, and is talking about the next period of history you're learning about, and you're not really listening. And I think you don't realize what she's written, at least from your perspective, until you see the whole thing. But you basically see I think you see what she's written out is like this weird, creepy, like poem almost. And it says, "A red priest broke into our classroom, caught us children by attention. Pay attention to the words I speak. Heaven knows when we'll ever again meet." She that's what she's writing down, and you're just like, what? Like, everybody else sees that she's writing some dates down, right? But like, this is what you see. What do you do about it? Like, are you afraid of it? Like, is this normal for you? Do you see stuff like this?
So
What's going on
everybody
with
else is
Iclyn?
seeing regular stuff, but I'm
Exactly.
seeing like this creepy poem.
Yeah, and she's obviously talking about like dates. Like, she's talking as if she's writing down dates for the class, but she's writing this weird poem out, and it's like not her handwriting. Like, you know what her handwriting looks like, and it's not her handwriting.
So wait, what is volatile versus dark? Like what are the differences there again? I forget.
Well, I mean, it just depends on what move you're rolling. So dark, you roll dark to gaze into the abyss. You use volatile to lash out or run away.
Well, I have a -1 to that, but I definitely want to run away.
You just like book it.
I just like gather my stuff. I'm just like bathroom, and then just like leave.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll volatile, and we'll see if it works.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, well, I get
Ooh.
experience.
Wait, did you add a +1 though? Because didn't you?
You do.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah,
So
I
it's a
get a
7.
+1. Partial
Yep.
success.
Okie dokie. On a 7 and 9, you get away, but you choose one. You run into something worse, you cause a big scene, or you leave something behind.
Sounds like she causes space.
I don't know. People don't really pay attention to me that much, to be honest.
Exactly. I think
I
you can...
think I leave behind my notebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's in your notebook exactly?
Lots of creepy photos and stuff. Like I think it goes back and forth between being like creepy and cute, like
Yeah.
depending on my mood and the day.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I know exactly how this is going to go. All right, cool. So Iclyn, you run and you go. Do you actually go to the bathroom? Where do you go? Like, is this a scene where you like go into the bathroom and then just like start like breathing in deep? Like, what did I just see?
Maybe not the bathroom. Maybe I go to like the back of like the school where like nobody like goes. And it's during class time, so like nobody's there.
Yeah. Sure,
like the teachers like aren't there or anything. Like just like go like back corner and just like grab my backpack like
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So we see that from Iclyn, and then I think class ends. And we see Miss Quinn come up to Zaff, or you're expected to come up to her, I guess.
Oh no, I'm sitting at my desk.
Okay, sounds good. So she does. Yeah, she waits until everybody else leaves. Obviously, we see Iclyn's notebook still left on the desk, a couple seats behind you, and then Zaff. You're sitting there, and she walks up and she just like crosses her arms and she says, "We're not playing this game anymore."
What game are you talking about?
Jenga.
Should not have been that funny, but it was.
I was gonna say that wasn't that funny.
It wasn't, but it was more like Kayla's reaction that got me this time.
Yeah, exactly. And I think she says, "The game where you don't do any work in my class. I can't keep covering for you. You need to learn something. What happens next year when you don't have me?"
You can't keep covering for me?
What are you saying?
I think I kind of have more on you.
Oh.
What do you possibly have on me, Zaff?
And I just kind of like started to get up and like walk away and look back, and I'm like, are you...
She grabs your arm before you get too far.
And like shake it out. I'm like,
We're not done here, Zaff.
I kind of was. If you can't let me slide with it, then I guess you're just gonna have to fail me.
Well, then maybe that's what will happen. So, question. Are you afraid of Miss Quinn?
I mean, not really. She already turned me into a vampire. Like, what else is she gonna do?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so I think she probably is just kind of stewing for a second while you're about to, like, leave. And then I think she says, "Do you think you can just keep holding me hostage like this? Forever?"
No, but at least until the end of the semester.
Okay. I feel like this is a roll. But if you're not afraid of her, I don't know what it is. I feel like you're rolling cool. I feel like you could be afraid of her. I guess this could be shut someone down. Okay, yeah. Go roll plus cold.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. Well, there you go.
I'm
Succeed.
very cold.
Mm-hmm. Choose one from below. They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, you gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take +1 forward.
Okay, wait, let me see. Is there just like a list of conditions?
It's literally just whatever you want it to be. Just a word. Blackmailed?
Yeah, I was like gonna be like, it's not like just like scared or like frightened. So I guess blackmailed?
Yeah.
Like,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Cool. Yep. So she has the condition blackmailed. Just a note: if If you take advantage of someone's condition while making a move against them, add 1 to your roll. A condition goes away when the character suffering it takes appropriate action to alleviate it. So yeah, for now, she's just stewing, right? For now, she's like, I gotta figure out a way to get this kid off my back. But she doesn't do anything about it for now.
But I mean, like, look, it's her fault.
Fair.
Like,
and honestly,
why did
so
she
I'm
turn me into a vampire?
So I'd like
I'm
to think
trying
that
to-
this teacher is like not a bad vampire. It's just that like she's usually really responsible, like her feedings and stuff like that.
I
But
think
every
it's an
now and then,
accident.
right, just something happens, like an accident happens with me, and then with Zaff, you know, and like just yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And she's just like, oh crap. Cool. So we see in the last part of that scene though, right, is she frowns and looks at the desk where Iclyn's notebook is, and then she walks over and grabs it and starts like looking through it, and then we see her eyes kind of like go, okay. And I think the next scene we get, I think we see Gris. Gris, where do you sit during lunch?
Underneath the table, I don't know. Give me a second. Let me think. I'm closing some stuff out.
You even eat lunch in the cafeteria? Do you take your lunch to a bathroom stall?
Not
Whoa.
that bad. Where would I eat lunch? As much as I okay, I'll say this. Gris realized a while ago that no matter where he tries to eat lunch, the nerds follow him. So he just eats in the cafeteria so he can because they're gonna follow him anyway. He figured he might as well just wait there for them and then leave when he's done, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, just in the cafeteria.
Cool. Brandon comes and sits next to you. And he puts his food down and he sits next to you, and then
Wait, Brandon.
says-
Which one was he again?
Brandon's the guy who
edgy
wants
guy.
to be edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think exactly how, like, what he would ask you, but I think he says, all right, so listen, Gris, I've been trying to figure you out. I just gotta know, what is your thing? Like, do you smoke weed? Do you steal things? Like, what do you do? He's basically like asking, what is your edge?
I think he just says, well, it was being left alone.
And he kind of frowns at that, and he's just like, listen, why don't you roll with the other guys? Why are you always alone? I mean, guy like you, I bet you know stuff. You've done stuff.
He says, like, you know, stuff goes, huh. So why don't I hang out with him? Well, he probably says, like, all those, like, this is gonna so go full edgelord. I guess, like, those guys think. Oh, how do you word this? Those guys just think they're cool. I know nothing is cool. Why do you keep moving your camera?
I'm trying to center it. You said nothing is cool?
I just think they guys think they're cool. Nothing is cool. Everything is just I don't want to think people think I'm suicidal again. Dang it. We're all just wasting away here on this earth until we die.
Yeah, and he kind of frowns at that. And he's trying to decide if you being suicidal is cool, right? if that's like you're cool. What are you trying to do here, Gris?
ESA, children.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Suicide
it's not
is
cool.
cool.
It's not. Don't
No.
believe it is. But yeah.
I'm just trying to give him an answer so he'll go away.
Right, you're trying to shut him down. So go ahead and roll cold.
Uh,
So many shutting. There's been one turn someone on roll.
And it was barely even one.
Yeah, exactly.
Partial
Okay.
success.
Partial success. So on a 7 and 9, choose one from below, but you come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return.
At least I'll get experience.
Mhm.
So
They lose a string on you. If they have no strings
Wait,
on
do
you,
you-
gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward.
Sorry, I heard what Willis was about to say. My brain stopped listening for a
Sorry,
second.
you don't gain experience for a partial success, right?
No, but I'm gonna gain a
Okay, that's right.
condition. So I'm
Oh,
gonna
right.
get it.
Sorry, I thought you said gain experience, and I was like,
Well, I am gonna gain experience because I'm probably gonna
Because
get
you
a
get a condition. Yeah.
Okay, so what was all?
They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward.
Wait, they gain a condition?
So you could trade conditions here if you want, or exchange conditions.
Would this count towards a blank canvas?
What do you want to read that?
When you take an action that embodies one of your conditions, allowing that condition to alter your sense of self, cross it off and add one. Oh no, it's add +1 to your roll, which wouldn't do
I don't
much.
think, yeah, I don't think that makes sense in this situation.
Okay, so I'll just gain a string on them.
Cool.
What is so his name is Brandon?
Brandon Martinez.
I'll just say Brandon. So yeah, and then I'm guessing I'm gonna get a condition.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think he is going to decide that it is cool. That is your cool. Is you're the edgy loner who is like suicidal, and that's like the cool thing about you, and that's what like he was trying to decide if you're just a loser or if you are truly edgy, and he's like, oh yeah, he is truly edgy, and he's like nihilistic and fatalistic. Like this is cool. And so he's going to give you condition based on that.
What
I think your condition is nihilistic, but in a cool way. No, your actual condition is nihilistic, but cool,
but
like cool.
cool. Okay. And so I get experience.
Yeah, so you shut him down, right? Like he leaves you alone, but then he's gonna be watching you like that guy knows how to do
He's
this.
gonna keep coming back around.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes,
Cool,
I know.
cool.
I am very edgy. His name is Gris. Here, I'll spell it. His name is Gris Jeed, and Jeed is an anagram for edge. Because I had to go full edge.
So Zaff, I have a question. Are you gonna ask anyone to homecoming?
I don't know yet. I haven't had an interaction with enough people yet.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I was gonna say. I guess is like I want another scene like that. I want a scene with Zaff and some gals, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to frame that scene for us? What's the scene we see?
Probably I walk alone into the cafeteria and put my tray down on a completely empty table, and within like a minute I'm just surrounded by all the girls. I'm just like trying
Right,
to
of course.
eat my lunch,
Yeah.
and everyone just surrounds me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, what is it exactly? How do these lunchroom adventures go exactly? Like, are they talking to you the whole time? Do they just like what?
I think
what is the vibe?
the lunch starts with them trying to like get me into the conversation.
Yeah.
And then ends with them just talking around me and I'm there.
Yeah, sure. So we see Amy and a couple other girls like trying to ask you questions. You give them like one word answers and don't really lead anywhere, and then they just start talking amongst themselves. I mean, I don't know, Zaff. Like, what's the moment that you like? Do you want to do something, or do you want something to happen to you? Like,
Um,
do you wait for someone to interact with you in a way that you can respond, or do you say or do something?
I'd probably just kind of like, I know that they're trying to get me to like have a conversation with them. So I'm like thinking, okay, how can I get them talking without like necessarily like it shows my involvement, but I don't have to keep talking.
Yeah.
So I just kind of go like, so homecoming's next weekend to like the whole table.
And immediately everyone just like.
And I just kind of go
They're
like,
like cats, like with their backs
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
you guys excited about that?
Yes, we're absolutely so excited. I'm gonna get my nails done, and then they just keep talking.
Yeah. And just kind of like
Wait until the conversation dies down again a little bit.
yeah, like, oh, have you guys been asked by people yet?
And several of the girls are like, "Oh yeah, and this guy asked me out, and he's an absolute stud," and so on and so forth.
Who?
Amy doesn't say anything though.
Okay, so Amy hasn't. Is there anybody else who didn't say anything?
Amy, and let's say, I think Cassie is probably at this table because it's a big enough table that she can. But she was just It's not like she's sitting down like because she's into you. I don't think you know if she's into you, but she knows a lot of these girls, and so she sat down with them because they were sitting here. But yeah, both Cassie and Amy both.
Oh, and Todd is
anything.
totally there too.
Oh yeah, obviously yes. Well, Todd is probably at like the table right next to Zaff. Like he's close enough that he feels like he's kind of in on the conversation, but he's not said anything.
Oh my gosh, you're totally.
Oh,
You
for
should
some
just
reason
ask
the name-
Cassie now.
the name Todd Volo just popped into my head, and I was confused for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I think I wouldn't like say anything else. Just kind of like let them talk about things, and like as I'm getting up, I kind of like pass by Todd, and I just say like, I heard nobody's asked Cassie yet or Amy, but I mean, you already are going to ask Cassie, so I guess I'm going to ask Amy.
Dang.
You guess you're gonna ask.
Yeah,
Dang.
well, because that morning he was saying that he was asking out Cassie, so like I'm trying to do like the at least like kind of nice thing and not go after the girl that he's going to ask.
Oh, I know. It's just like the fact that you're like, I guess I'm asking her, and you're saying that to him.
Like, it's the thing to do, and I guess it's fine.
Yeah, I know. I feel like there should be a role here because he really wants to just be like, well, if you don't care, then please let me ask Amy,
Yeah,
right? But
exactly.
only if he feels like he can say that. I just don't know. The game is pretty, focused on very specific things.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What are you trying to do, Zaff?
I mean, I'm trying to provoke him to do something. Like me as a player is trying to provoke him to do something, maybe, but
Be it hot rolled.
Zaff just like doesn't really care that much. So he's just like trying to be a decent person and let him know, like, oh, hey, I got this information that the girl you want to ask still hasn't been asked. So you're good to go.
Do you have a string on this guy? I don't think you do you?
I do not.
Okay. I was gonna say you could.
Well, technically, yes, because I'm beautiful.
Oh,
Like have a string on everyone. Does that include NPCs?
I think it's just supposed to be the player
Okay,
characters.
that's
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like you're rolling turn someone on, but you're obviously not trying to get him interested in you, but you're provoking him. You're trying to use
Yeah.
your hot to get him to do something. So yeah, go ahead and roll that. I think the move makes sense here. Nice.
So
Okay. On a 10 up, you gain a string on them, and they choose a reaction from below. So he's gonna so either he gives into what you want, he promises you something he thinks you want, or he gets embarrassed and acts acts awkward.
Oh wait, so do I get
Now you get a string on him.
Did I get a string on Amy for rolling cold, or is that only with hot? Oh, I think I only partially succeeded. Never mind.
Yes. Yeah, and they chose one of the air reactions instead of giving you a string. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. If he gets to choose,
The awkward sounds the most fun.
right? But like, I feel like that was what was going to happen if Zaff
Maybe
failed
he
this
just
roll.
like awkwardly asks. He's just like, oh, well, okay. I mean, like, if you don't seem like you're that like.
Yeah, there you go.
enthusiastic,
Okay, so he's
Amy.
gonna do it. Yeah, he's gonna do it in totally awkward and embarrassed way. But he's gonna be like, well,
Like,
I mean, if,
pulls me to the side of the cafeteria
yeah.
after he hears that to be like,
Okay, listen. So when I was talking about Cassie earlier, I was kind of mainly just playing it cool because, okay, Amy is ridiculously hot, and I really want to ask her out. Okay, can you? Is that cool? Can I do that? Cassie is super nice. I'm sure you guys would get along great.
and I think I like kind of see an opportunity here. To be like,
Right. To manipulate.
Be like, can we talk about this outside? And like glance over to like act like they can hear us.
Yeah, okay. They giggle.
And so I like try and take him outside to like an isolated area.
Okay.
Hit him over the head with a rock.
And I say,
He's like, okay, why are we out here? Why is this a secret conversation?
and I just say,
Simple yes or no would have been great.
you can have Amy if I can have something from you.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to get the menacing like nature of this yet, and so he's just like, I mean, sure. Did you want to borrow that game I was playing last week?
I grab his arm and sink my teeth in.
What?
It's lunchtime.
I thought you just had a raw burger or something.
Well, you have a move for this, don't you?
Yeah, the feeding. I feed on hot blood direct from the source.
Nice.
If it's the first time they've ever been fed upon, we both mark experience.
He doesn't get experience, but yeah, you get to mark it.
And then when I feed, I heal one harm, take a forward, or they definitely don't die. So I definitely don't want him to die as one of the things.
Yeah.
And then
I guess
I don't
forward,
have any
you don't have any harm. Yeah.
So I'll take a forward.
You get to
Cool.
pick two?
Yeah.
And now, yes,
Cool.
I get to choose two of those. And now I also have a bond with him that I can take into the abyss about his life.
Nice. So I'm trying to figure out how you would freaking respond to this. Like,
Scream?
I was gonna say, like, you didn't like knock him out or lull him into sleep. Like, this is literally like you're just in it.
I've never done this before.
Okay. This is the first time Zaff has ever done this.
I've been holding myself back and I can't help it anymore.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess at first he's just like, what the heck? What are you doing? And then you probably just like pin him to the ground, right? And you're just
Yeah.
like,
Cover
and
his
he's
mouth
just like,
so he stops screaming.
yeah, just,
Yeah.
and it's super horrifying to watch, probably.
It's super funny to hear though.
Let's see. I feel. So you do that, right? And he's just like, you
Or,
finish,
like,
and
this isn't
yeah,
my
go ahead.
first time feeding. This is my first time doing it alone
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
without Miss Quinn there to like
Yeah.
bring the person to me to just feed on.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So I think you finish, right? And he's like, obviously, like he's just giving blood, so he's like a little woozy. But I guess you let him go.
I take out a freshly washed apple from my pocket and offer it to him.
Oh my gosh, was this planned?
No, I had to bring the apple in. Why else is there an apple as our picture? You know?
Fair.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you do that, I mean, what do you try? I feel like that might be a roll. No, okay. So this is what he does. He just is staring at it. And he's just like, what the frick? What are you, Zaff?
Hungry.
Maybe I just say, like, shake my head and I go, much better now.
Yeah, he just says, this can't be happening. Listen, you can have Amy, you can have whoever you freaking want. I don't want any part of this.
Just kind of like try and grab him and go, I don't want to hurt you. It's just something that I have to do. And I just like kind of look like a little like, oh no, I didn't think about that there's consequences to my actions because I'm a teen boy. And just kind of go, please ask Amy out. And don't mention this to anyone.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like shut someone down, right? If you're trying to like get him to do what you want.
So I'm gonna use my string, so I get +1 for that. Is that what it is? How does strings work?
You can spend it if you want to get a +1.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spend my string, and then I'm gonna use my forward.
Yeah.
I need to work.
Take one forward automatically. It's just whatever your next roll is, you automatically get a +1.
Yeah. So +2.
Nice. Just barely. Like.
Look, that's why I used both my things, so I don't have a string on him anymore.
Okay. So, do they lose a string on you? Do you gain one on them? Do they gain a condition, or do you take +1 forward?
I think they gain a condition.
Makes sense.
Of he is. I want to give him the condition like hesitant, where like he's not like scared, but obviously after all that, I feel like he's not going to be like normal.
Yeah. I feel like there might be a better word for that. Like
I don't know how to like.
Shook.
Oh yeah, shook is probably a good like shaken. Yeah, let's just go with shaken because that's the implication, right, is that he's shaken enough by you that he won't like because he knows like he figures, I guess, at least if he tells anyone about this that you're gonna kill him or something, right? Like, so yeah. So I guess he just says, okay, all right, I'll ask Amy. Okay. So, I won't tell anybody. I promise. I was a Boy Scout, so I don't remember what they did, but like respect, honor, whatever that was, you got it.
I just kind of like shake my head and walk back.
Yeah, cool. And so I think the last thing we'll get is we'll go to Iclyn again. And I think you've been called.
I peek my head around the corner and I witness the whole thing.
No, you peek, your head comes out of the wall. But I think you've been called into the like school counselor's office.
Oh gosh. Okay. I really don't like that because I don't like having attention on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I like reluctantly go with like my books in my arm and like walk in.
Yeah. And obviously the school counselor is there. Who is this person and what's their name? Anyone?
It's clearly a bubbly like young female that questionably could have a thing for Nick Murphy.
Oh, of course, yeah. Her name's Christine Clark. And Christine, she's really nice. She loves everyone. Her and Murphy get along famously. But everyone's like shipping them together. Like all the teachers are shipped them together, but they haven't actually like gone on a date yet. I think probably Murphy is like a new teacher this year. And so, yeah, Christine is there and Miss Quinn is there. And Miss Quinn just is kind of standing in the corner. And Christine, she has
Like a shiver goes up my spine like almost every single time I see Mrs. Quinn, and I don't know why.
And reminder, yeah, exactly. What do we know about you and Miss Quinn again? I feel like there was something I missed.
Us? Oh, she's the one who killed me.
Oh, really?
Isn't that what we established?
I must have missed that. Okay.
Yeah, we said like she was the one who did.
We said that that Emily's master is the one that killed me.
Got it.
And that's how Emily found out.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah. I thought it was like the master knew what happened to you and told Zaff.
Oh, I guess that could work too.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Let's keep it ambiguous. Like she is obviously related to what happened. But whether or not she was the person who killed you, I don't know if that's necessarily.
Shiver goes down my spine.
But yeah. And so Christine I think she has brown hair. It's in a ponytail. She has glasses. And she has obviously like a little notepad. And she's sitting in a chair and she kind of like pats the chair next to her and she says, it's like this nice cushy chair. And she says, Iclyn, could you sit down for us? Just a quick conversation we want to have with you. Nothing bad, I promise. You're not in trouble.
I mean, Iclyn just like awkwardly walks up and then just sits down and like looks down. Doesn't say anything. Yeah.
And Christine like goes to like the end table that's next to her in this little like, counselor's office, and she grabs your notebook. You didn't notice it there before, but she grabs it.
My eyes like widen like a little bit, but then I like look down again.
She says, Miss Quinn brought this notebook to my attention. Now, we're not snooping. We wouldn't want to intrude on any of your private thoughts. But Miss Quinn saw a few things that were just a little concerning to her. And so she thought she would come to me and ask about it. And I thought it might be good for the three of us to sit down and have a little bit of a conversation.
Hate this talk so much because I've done this before.
Nice.
Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Little bit of a conversation just about how things are going with you, how maybe your family life is. So the first thing that kind of came up in the notebook was, and what's like the weird, like probably the most creepiest thing in the notebook?
Probably
like what's the thing that would immediately be like danger signs? Like whoa.
Probably a picture of the alleyway with like blood, like spatters coming out of it.
Yeah, and she's like, now I'm sure this is just like an artistic rendering of maybe a movie you saw or something like that, but some of the other stuff in this notebook is just a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit dark, Iclyn, and I just want to make sure that you're doing okay and that there's nothing happening at home that we should know about, just so we're here to help you, Iclyn. We just want to make sure that you can talk to us. You can tell us anything. Now, what was this drawing of? What was it about exactly?
Iclyn just stares down, says nothing.
Does she know in that sense? Because Kenny said earlier that, she doesn't know how she died, so she knows.
Well, Miss Quinn. Oh, yeah, Iclyn, yeah.
No, she's just like, I think sometimes she gets like flashbacks.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah. She just kind of clasps her hands in front of her like this and just says, "Now, Iclyn, you really have to open up to us. We don't keep things hidden that might be harmful to you. If there's something going on that we need to know about, we want to know and we want to help you." Miss Quinn is very concerned. And Iclyn, when you look at Miss Quinn, you get that shiver again, and it's like she obviously has ulterior, like I think we know as an audience, she has ulterior motives for bringing this to the attention of the counselor. Like there's something that she wants to glean from this. Maybe you're probably supernatural in origin, from your notebook that she saw. But she was like, this is probably the best way to do it, is like to frame it as if like you're getting counseling. But whether Iclyn picks up on that or not, I don't know.
I don't know. Can I like make like a dark check? Like,
Yeah, you can gaze into the abyss.
Gaze into the abyss.
Do it.
All right. Why not? Let's go.
Is this the first roll you've made since you...
No.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Nice.
Wow, I rolled 2 6s.
All right, on a 10 up, the abyss shows you lucid visions, and you take 1 forward to addressing them. Yeah, lucid visions. Okay, so you're like staring at Miss Quinn. I mean, I don't know if Iclyn before knew, like, right, knows that she is a vampire. You obviously get shivers around her, but I think this vision shows you that. Like, you just see her true form. Like, the fangs start growing. She looks like haggardly and old. Like, you can somehow like tell how old she is. She's like 400 years old or something crazy like that. Yeah, and so you see that. That's what you gain from this is like her true nature. I don't know if you probably get a peek at what she wants from you, and it's probably like let's see, what was something else in the past that you saw like the weird poem that you drew in your notebook?
Ooh, can you send that poem to me?
I mean, it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that like related to that poem. Like the poem was a red priest broke into our classroom, caught us children by attention. Listen closely to the words I speak. Heaven knows if we'll ever again meet.
So, okay, sorry. What was your question?
Basically, like something else similar to that, right? That you saw in the past, you drew in your notebook. What was it? And this is the thing that she like has piqued your curiosity.
Maybe there's like a church in the town where like back in like, the 70s, like he was like the priest, but I think I always noticed that he was wearing like a red cross, maybe.
Okay. Sure.
I don't know, something like
that. Yeah,
you
you drew this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. And maybe like the rest of the sketch is just like black and white, right? It's just pencil, and then you grabbed like a red pen and drew this like red cross on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know that's what she's interested in. That you get this in this like weird vision as you like see her true nature.
Yeah. I think I am just. I think what I do is. I mean, did she like hand me back my notebook, or is she holding on to it?
She's holding on to it.
Like how?
She's like
how
she was like showing it. Well, she was like showing the drawing of like the alleyway to you. Like what's about this, right? Sort of thing. So you could probably grab it from her if you wanted.
I mean, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
I think for like the first time since I've been to this school, I'm gonna say something like crazy. I'm gonna be like, it's none of your business. Grab it and then just like try to walk out.
Okay, run away.
Wait, am I running away or is that cold?
I think that's run away.
Dang it!
Yeah, you're trying to escape.
Shut her down.
But yeah, this isn't like a social thing. You're trying to escape the situation, right?
Dang it. Okay. Wait. So do I get a +1 forward since it's like this?
So Iclyn, if you did want to frame it like shut someone down, then this would be you not leaving yet, but just saying like,
okay,
you close it and you just sit there and like none of your business and like just cold like you're not.
Okay,
I'm gonna sit here until you let me go. Yeah.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Cool.
Then. Yeah. I'll like grab it and then just like fold my arms and be like, none of your business.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Roll cold.
Cool.
Did it roll?
It should. There it goes.
Nice.
10.
Wow, I'm so good at things.
Cool. On a 10 up, choose one from below. They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward. So obviously you shut them down, and one of these things happens.
String would be interesting. Well, who is it? Who's getting
care
string?
about
This
a
would be
string.
towards Miss Quinn.
Oh, towards Miss Quinn. Oh, I'd love a string on her.
I assume, because that's the thing, right? Christine is not the antagonist in this situation. Christine's like a mediator between Miss Quinn's interrogation of you. So Miss Quinn is really the person you're doing this on.
Yeah, I'll totally take a string on Miss Quinn for sure.
Sounds good. Cool. Yeah, and I think eventually, like, Christine just says, all right, well, Iclyn, please let us know if there's anything you need, anything you want to talk to me about. Or Miss Quinn. Miss Quinn is here to help you.
I just like
And then Miss Quinn smiles and she says, "Yes, of course. I'm just here to help you, darling."
like Iceland just like looks over at her. Doesn't like glare or anything, but just like looks like, and for the first time, like it's not like an empty glare, it's like an actual like stare,
Yeah.
and then she just like looks down again. And then just like
Cool.
and then like nods her head and then she like walks away.
Cool. And I think the last shot we get as we like fade out from the session is I think we see probably I think it's this, right? Iclyn, you leave, right? And then we see you like or you're walking down the hallway and you notice no one is around, and so you just like step into the wall like you would normally, right? And like to get somewhere quicker. And then we kind of start to follow you, and we go in the wall ourselves, and we're suddenly surrounded by like pipes and insulation and all this stuff, right? And we're kind of like going through the wall a little bit, and then suddenly we kind of like turn a corner, and then we see stuck in the wall the skeleton of a man in like Catholic priest's vestments with a red cross around his neck, and he's stuck in the wall, and we cut there. There we go.
Spooky.
That is our session of Gamebound Monsterhearts. That was a lot of fun so far. Yeah,
Not as weird as I thought it would be.
Exactly. Yeah,
Made
that was
RPGs definitely weirder.
relatively normal. I got to throw more romantically charged encounters at you guys.
I had one. I just turned them down way easy.
Yeah, me too. We all did. We all turned them down. I think we maybe overcompensated for this. We're like, we're just gonna shut everything down. We're not gonna have any romance in this story.
Yeah. Cool. Were you gonna say something, Emily?
No.
Okay. You sounded like you were. Alrighty, there we go. We are out. Thanks for playing, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.